Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kaplis again. So I welcome you all in my today's class and I hope that you all will be fit and fine at your homes. So in our previous video, we have gone through the basic things regarding the bills of exchange, means what is the meaning of bills of exchange, what is the meaning of promissory note, what are the features of this bills of exchange and promissory note, and what were the different types of parties involved in bills of exchange and promissory note. Even we have also covered in our previous video that what are the different types of advantages one can have in case of bills of exchange. So now our today's target is to understand the accounting treatment in different cases in bills of exchange. Like suppose if A sold the goods to B, in that case A will draw the bill upon B. A will become drawer, maker, seller, creditor, and B will drawing, acceptor, debtor, or the person who have to make the payment of this bill. So now this bill is being drawn by A. After drawing this bill will be sent to B. Now this bill will be signed by B, drawing, until and unless the drawing will not make his signatures on this bill will not call a legal document. The bill will came into the existence, came into the picture on that date or from that date when this bill will be signed by the drawing. The time period of this bill will start from the day when this bill will be signed by the drawing, not from the date of making the bill, drawing the bill by A. Here, when the bill will be sent to B, he can make the signature without any alteration. It will call simple bill. But suppose if any of the condition, any of the term is not acceptable by the drawing. Suppose if any of the term is not, like B is not feeling comfortable or good with any of the conditions set by any of the terms set by the drawer, then he can request the drawer to change that term. Then it will called, you can say, modified type of bill. But when this bill will be signed by the drawing, then this bill will come into the picture, come into the existence. Now when this bill will be accepted, there may be three situations in this case. The very first, this bill will be retained by the drawer with himself up to the due date, and on due date he will himself present the bill in front of drawing and get the payment. The very first, he will retain the bill till the due date. Second, before due date, A will endorse this bill, give this bill to any of the third party. Like as A have to get the amount from B, suppose A have to pay the amount to C also. So in spite of giving the money to C, the bill which is drawn by A accepted by B, this bill can be given to C, and this is called endorsement of the bill. Second. Third, this bill can be discounted from the bank. How and why it is possible? Suppose this bill is being drawn. I am giving one example in this case. Then we will discuss how to generalize these transactions in different cases. Suppose A has drawn the bill upon B on 1st January for 3 months. whose due date will become 1st April plus 3 days of the grace, means on 4th of the April. Right? So in that case, if now A will be legally have the money from B on 4th April, A having no right to claim this amount from B before 4th April, before that due date. But suppose if A feel the need of this money before that due date, then he having a one option. He can go to the bank and hand over this bill to the bank, and bank will give the payment of the bill, the amount of the bill, by deducting some nominal charges which is called discounting charges. Suppose this bill was for 5,000 and this bill is being given to the bank for 5,000. So just by deducting like 100 rupees, 200 rupees, rest of the amount will be given to the drawer by bank. This is called discounting of the bill from bank. But this year CBSE has deleted two of the topics from this lesson. One is retirement of the bill under rebate and renewal of the bill. So these two things we will not cover this year. So we will focus on number 1, bill is being retained by the drawer up to due date. Number 2, bill is endorsed to the third party. And number 3, bill is discounted from the bank. So now we will discuss one by one all these different types of cases. The very first is, suppose if the bill is retained by the drawer up to due date. So here I have to make the books of drawer, and here is books of drawer. Right? The very first entry for goods sold by the drawer and goods purchased by the drawer. Suppose I am taking A is drawer and B is drawer. Right? When the goods will be sold by A to B, entry. In that case, B debit to sales. B debit to sales with amount, being goods sold. Right? Now, here B will purchase the goods from A. What entry he will make in his book? Entry will be purchases account debit to A, being goods purchased from A. Now, A will draw the bill. A will draw the bill. And when he will draw the bill, entry will be bills receivable account debit. In shortcut, you can write it B/R. Bills receivable account debit to B, being bill drawn upon B. Now this bill will be accepted by the drawee. जब इस बिल को drawee accept करेगा, then entry will be in that case A debit. A means drawer debit to bills payable. In shortcut, it is A debit to PP. Second, now this bill will be retained by the drawer up to due date. ये ड्यू डेट तक इस बिल को सपोज अपने पास रखता है और ड्यू डेट को ये बिल के पैसे लेने के लिए इस बिल को प्रेजेंट करता है. When on due date this bill will be you can say shown to the drawee for the payment, it is called presentation of the bill. So suppose अगर उस ड्यू डेट को ड्रॉई के सामने जैसे ही बिल रखा जाता है, he clear the bill by making the payment, it is called honor of the bill. Honor of the bill. But if he unable to make the payment of this bill on due date, it is called dishonor of the bill. But first of all, we will discuss कि suppose on due date this bill is being presented by drawer in front of drawee and he make the payment, then entry. When on due date this payment is being made by drawee and received by drawer, entry will be cash oblique bank. अगर उसने कैश दिया तो कैश अकाउंट डेबिट, अगर चेक दिया तो बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू बीआर, कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू बीआर. When he will receive the cash and he will make the payment, bills payable account debit to cash oblique bank, being payment received for BR, being payment made for the BP. These three entries will be there in case where the goods are sold, goods are purchased, bill is drawn, bill is accepted, and on due date, bill is being paid by the drawee and received by the drawer. This is the very first case where the bill is drawn and on due date it is being paid by the drawing. Okay.